Jess Robinson as our Worcester area member liaison. When she's not sending some of the longest emails on record, she's a dog mom, writer, editor, and speaker. She's an author, having the essay Getting Off the Couch published in the anthology Bad Artist, Creating in a Productivity Obsessed World in 2024. She's also the creator of the Alignment Cycle, a set of tools designed to leverage your strengths to work through the challenges that life throws us. She also speaks on topics including journaling, creative writing, and coming soon, civility or how not to be an ass in today's world.
Ooh.
Ever resourceful, she's got a story, a guy, a thought, a dot, or an idea for almost anything you can toss at her. Everyone, we have Jess Robinson.
Hi, everybody. Well, welcome to this, and thanks for letting me, welcome to picking your word for the year. I think Meeks found hers. And thank you for teeing up what I'm going to say in about 32 seconds. But thanks, Carol and Wendy, for the intro and letting me do this, because it's been a lot of fun putting this together. This is a practice I hold near and dear, and to get to talk to it is a lot of fun. So you guys know me, I am casual. If you have thoughts or questions or jokes or she's going to lose it, tell me. Okay. Let me know. Just pop it in. Like, I am not a wait till the end kind of a gal. But what I want to know first, because I never really want to talk about myself, is what about you? So, who has heard of this idea before?
What I do.
Picking a word of the
Word
year.
of the year.
Yeah.
She really didn't say that part.
Yeah, who's heard of doing this? Picking a word of the year. Okay. Who's done it before? Oh, yay, because you guys are the first batch of people I ran this by who have done it before.
Wow.
So my choose your own adventure actually gets to go down the adventure.
Yay.
But so how did picking that word impact the year?
Mine was actually a phrase, and it has been phenomenal.
What was the phrase?
Quiet
share?
consistency.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Was that for this year?
Mm-hmm. It's the only reason I'm not in jail.
Okay.
See?
Here we go again.
Test it. You should be doing this. Has anyone else had a favorite? Oh, Regina.
Yeah, so mine was connection, hence being here.
Fantastic.
Being open to talking with Lynn and
Yeah.
So this past year it's been treasure, and so I think it's the intention behind the word and how you're looking at it, and so treasuring moments, treasuring myself, treasuring and gratitude for all, and so yeah, treasure has been a great one for this year, and it's interesting because you talk about journaling. I journal too, and I was looking at my journal from the things I write about treasure, like instead of a vision board, I do it more verbally, like writing.
Oh, you're my favorite.
What's that?
I said, oh, you're my favorite.
And then do it like as it's happened already. So I was reading through the things and like just about everything that I had written down last year, before the new year, or around the new year. Came true. The only thing was our trip to Greece, which we had to postpone, which because I got ill, so but that's coming down the line for next year. I mean, that's our plan.
Nice.
So, yeah, but like so many cool things. But so treasure is my word, and I know what I want for my new words.
Oh, yay. You guys are doing all my work for me.
I've picked words before,
Mm-hmm.
and
Good
I
job,
don't
Wendy.
remember what they were.
That's
They're
how I
written
start.
down.
That's how I
They're
started
down.
with this. Is like I'd find a fun word, but I never did anything with it. I've been doing this for, and I'm skipping ahead a little, but I've been doing this for about 10 years. And so, and it's the practice has evolved, like where it actually means something. Where now my friends who I, who get to hear this in the beginning stages are like, yeah, I've heard of this because you talk about it to me all the time, and I'm like, It's like, all right, maybe I should pick one this year.
A few years back, I have one every year, but a few years back was release and renew.
Ooh.
And I released a lot of stuff out of my house, and I released a lot of like unnecessary baggage, and that in itself renews.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I define this practice. So what is this? It's you pick a word at the end of the current year for the next year. And so you're setting the intention and kind of a guidepost or a theme for the year for what you're hoping to bring more of into your world, as we're all talking about. And it's not like it's not a thing you want to manifest necessarily. It's more of the big umbrella. And so I do this because I don't like making New Year's resolutions. I'm like everyone else. I'm like, I'm going to insert activity here, do it for like 3 weeks, and then be done with everyone else in America. So I just am. And setting doing those resolutions, it always felt punitive, where it's, I need to save more money because I spent too much, or, I go out for dinner too much, so I need to save money and go to the gym. Well, that's not adding, it's like I'm punishing myself. And so I don't like that. I don't want to punish myself. I want to add to it. And so a friend introduced me to this as doing this intentional theme, and I was like, that's interesting, as a different way of looking at it. And so I'd write down I think shenanigans was one year. That one wasn't as much fun though as I thought it would be. But I'd kind of like Wendy. I'd write it down and I forget about it. And it didn't gel. And so I always now am much more intentional about it. And so what I do is I make a journal page, and it stays in front of, that thing is my external brain, and it is at the front and I see it all the time. And actually the drawing that I showed you is the background for the 2026 one. I will say one caveat: be careful what you wish for. So like 2023, I did Belong, and I loved it because that's where I really found groups of people that's when I found Adopt, and I found some other friends where I felt like truly for the first time I belonged. I wasn't fitting in, I wasn't trying as hard, I could just be. This year was transformation.
Those are never an easy one.
No,
Never.
no, and I was with Carol. Carol helped me pick it, and it was one of the.
Don't blame this one on me.
I'm not playing. No. Wait, hold on. And it was one of the fastest I picked, and the easiest I picked. Oh, holy hell! It is literally kicking me in the ass. And it has been this year has not gone at all how I wanted it to. Although I'm now, because it forced me to sit still long enough to really look at some stuff and look at things in very different ways, how much I've learned and how much I've grown and how much clarity has come out of that. But be careful what you wish for. And so it's a way to consciously take a moment and look and say, all right, what were the highlights of this year? Kind of what is the first thing that kind of comes to mind? What are the highlights and the lowlights? This is a different question than when you go and sit with your hairstylist. You can have that conversation depending on what your relationship is like. But what's the stuff that kind of comes up first? The big words, the big stuff. And then, some of that you want more of. You want more treasure. You want more, renew. You want more of that? Great. Or do you want to pivot and what's next? Where do you want to go to next? So it gives you that moment, and then it gives you a moment to reflect. So, this is when it starts impacting, then who do you want to be? And kind of start drilling down a couple of layers. So for resolution, I love this, I totally stole this from Atomic Habits from James Clear. When you have a resolution or you have a goal, the goal might be I want to go run the 5K. You go train for that, you sign up, you do the Couch to 5K, you run the 5K, you get the medal, you get the t-shirt, and the next morning you wake up, now what? So that's sort of the traditional, that's how I kind of frame the traditional resolution. Oh, I joined a gym. Okay.
Now what?
Exactly like that, now what? And then when you do this and you pause and you reflect, then you start asking some of the identity questions. Who do I want to be? So do you want to be the guy who ran the 5K? Or are you now a runner? And kind of play with and tease that out a little bit. So because I'm not going to do anything that, I'm not going to ask you guys to do anything that I won't do, I'm working on my own to-do list, my own word of the year. And so these are some of the ones that I've kind of come up with, and this is an iterative process. Sometimes it comes to you really fast, and yes, I'm picking on you, and sometimes it's a little slower. So the first one was, do I want to be, more presence. I want to be more present in my life. Similar ideas, deliberate. Impact was on there because I want to make an impact. And then I realized I heard brace for impact, and I was like, nope. No more bracing.
Yeah.
No more, no more. And like as soon as I heard brace for impact, I was like, yep, that's off. Okay. Comeback is one. I saw this, and it can come from a meme. As something as simple as a meme that is, so comeback is, unless there's a dark horse that shows up like December 31st, it's going to be comeback for me next year because of this meme my best friend sent me. Same with emerge, like I'm kind of coming out after this year of this transformation. Balance, hi, I missed that. Physically and mentally. Stand, but that seemed boring, although I really do miss standing up. Rise, similar idea. Moving forward, you can definitely pick up on the theme. And same with movement. And so what happens is I've added some, I keep striking some off, and it's how do I want to move away from the transformation? The transformation's got me, putting me really far down the road. Where do I go from here? How do I kind of carry what I've started building with me for the next piece? So because I like a process and because my brain works in steps, I kind of broke this down. And so here you go. I also made it interactive for you guys. Here. So
Take one and pass it along like you're in school.
yes, please take one and pass it around like we're at bingo. And
Oh, I like that.
music bingo Tuesday nights, 6:45 at Blacklake in Framingham. Just shoot me a text. Anyone who wants to come can come. And so this is that chance to go, how's the present year treating you? This is that highlight, low light thing. What do you want to keep the same? What do you want to change? What do you want to bring more of into next year? So we're going to start this process. No one is going to finish all of this, but I thought it'd be a fun way to kind of do this. What do you want what do you want more of? Start making some whatever kind of pops to mind. And then from that, on the left side, I did it, all right, enough of the transformation, I want out of this injury state, like back into a more healing, more movement again. And so it's kind of one, for every the negative, throw out some more positive ones in there. And then at the end of this, then it's the fun part. So you kind of generate the list yourself, first pass. Then there's a collaboration piece, which is kind of what we're gonna do. I'm gonna set a timer. You guys are gonna start writing some of this down. Then we'll collaborate on it. But at the end of the day, it's your word. It's what makes the most sense for you, what hits for you, and then do the the vision board thing. Make it your picture of your lock screen on your phone. I journal, so it's in my journal, and then you codify it in some way. And so, do you want a timer or do you want me to?
My phone is.
Okay.
I can do it right here.
Okay. You want to do like 4 minutes or so?
You don't have that much time.
Okay, so what, so,
You've only got 6 to finish this.
okay. So we'll split the difference 3 and then we'll talk about it for like 3 minutes and then see what happens.
3-minute timer.
3 minute timer.
Done.
There you go.
She gets it all done.
She does. It's the dot of requirement.
Exactly.
You guys require a timer. Here I am.
Thank you. Normally I'm the timer.
There we go. Now we know. Freaking weirdos. Well, he was just chosen for me.
And sometimes it is that fast. I can never do it that fast.
Oh no! Like
And it's not
I
the
just,
effort.
I just looked,
And time.
I just looked up
Goes
the
fast.
thesaurus and the word of the day, and it had meaning on
These are
multiple
the-
levels, and I'm like, yup, jerk.
All right. Good.
Serendipity.
Nice.
All right. Don't like. I'm doing this on the fly, so don't blame me for the spelling.
No one can type when you're watching.
Okay, great. Thanks. So now it's just sort of what kind of bubbled up, what you think about, or if somebody's like, "Oh, I like that," or "Here's a different idea," or
That's a great word.
yeah, it is a great word.
I was leaning towards flow, and then, you know,
Embody.
You don't want that back in menopause.
And so that's the collaborator.
so that would be why, and that would be why I was asking for the gynecologist, because all of a sudden, for the first time in 3 years, aside from one day, it's like, we're back. I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not.
Oftentimes it'll come back for a month or two and then be back out.
Yeah, no, I'm
Embrace.
Benjamin
Huh?
Button
Embrace.
right now. I've become Benjamin Button.
Oh.
I have grace.
Yeah, yeah, that's something I do not.
Clarity.
No, I do not have grace.
Do you
Oh,
want my
that's
list?
mine.
You just want my list.
That's one of mine.
Yeah.
A few years ago, that was a great one.
Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
flow and grow. Nice.
Ooh. I like that.
Mm-hmm. lilt to it too.
Yep.
We're going through what we want, right?
What do you want? What are you thinking about? Or if there's like,
I don't
oh,
know.
so and so should do this too. Like, you know, if
I
it's
had
like,
jump in there at one point.
That's not scary.
Mhm.
Confidence,
Healing.
respect.
And celebrate too.
Collaboration.
Stop.
what?
Collaborate.
That's awesome.
Collaborate and
Listen.
Or is it?
I got a better word.
It's just got an extra T.
Teamwork.
Thank you.
You're gonna be so mad at me. I was about to say syzygy, but I'm not gonna make you spell that. Synergy. How's that?
Thank you. Like, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You guys all know what this is, but I at least wanted to kind of kind of keep track of it.
Balance.
Acceptance. My words are gonna be renew and freshness.
Ooh.
Revitalize.
Freshness can be.
Yes,
Funny.
that's
I
what I
like
like.
that.
I like
Like
that.
Kelly.
I like that.
What
Mm-hmm. That's kind of like it,
Rebirth.
yeah. It's the fun
Well, I
version
think
of
of it
No,
freshness
that's
like,
tomorrow.
it could be,
Freedom can be so many things.
spunky, but it can also
Yeah.
be something else, like, it can be purity, so.
so fresh and so clean.
Sparkling. I like spark. That was not on.
That was kind of in my head too.
Oh wow.
Fuzzy.
I had soft, I had luxury.
Don't put fuzzy on.
Okay. And that shows you how quickly you can come up with a long ass list. Yeah.
So and then sit with it and marinate and go. What sits well? What do you keep coming back to?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Some are gonna leave, some are gonna stay, and kind of let it ebb and flow, and kind of talk about it. And as you're talking about it, what all the different meanings come from? You know, brace for impact or flow, and what that entails. And one will kind of percolate and show up at the top, and then do something fun with it and have some fun with some arts and crafts. But thank you guys for letting me do this.
Thank you.